Okay, welcome to the channel. My name's Stanley in Ben. Today's video I'm going to do a sort of Royal Marines through the eras uniforms. I'm going to go through like sort of 5 different presets, starting off with a sort of Falklands veteran in the 80s, and then we'll progress to sort of 90s Iraq, sort of British Army Royal Marines, and then onwards to 2000 like Afghanistan era, which is something that I went through, so I could actually give some good insight on that. And then obviously the next one from then will be today's sort of Royal Marine Commandos, and then I throwed in the last one, which is a sort of Norway Arctic sort of soldiery sort of thing. Now I've kind of done my best here with what I've got. I haven't unlocked everything, but I think the sort of novelty value is quite accurate. So we'll have a look. Alright, so first off then, I'm going through the sort of 80s boot neck in Falklands, right? Now this is what I've come up with. Now with the helmet, you can see there, like you've got the elasticated sort of scrim around the top. I thought it gave it a nice little feel. I wanted to find a bigger sort of Bergen day sack, but this is actually quite good because you've got like the PRCs 349s. I think they used them back in those days. I can't remember who I was talking to, but no, I think SF used them back in the Falklands. They didn't, like the actual regular troops didn't have them, but I can't remember. Anyway, so yeah, I've gone with a nice little jacket, Combat 95 jacket. They had weapons back then, so they didn't really have like cot vests or like plated armour or anything like that. They had CBA, combat body armour, which they would have worn underneath their jacket, but not everyone got issued them. That was the thing. And with the bottoms in, I didn't want to go with sort of Combat 95 British DPM. I just wanted to stick with something like green and basic. And then we just got some Pussers boots here, so black Pussers boots. So we'll have a quick look then, go through them, like with the head protection then. So I've used a Rebel helmet, alright. You can actually use a beret if you want, but I mean the green isn't the best. I've gone with the olive drab, but it's not green enough, so I just stuck with a helmet. Alright, the helmet is, what is it, the Rebel helmet, yeah. And the vest then, I've gone with a drone operator one. Right, I couldn't find a proper sort of webbing around that they wear around the waist, so I've just gone with this. Gloves then, so just black Pussers gloves. I've gone with the ski gloves, just in black. Alright, this is what we got issued when I was in, so yeah, they've been going for years, those bad boys. I think I've still got a pair somewhere. Trousers then, I've just gone with the 5.11 tacticals. I think this is quite accurate. I was going to go with something else, but no, I stuck with these bad boys. And then the shoes, I think it's just the navy boots, and these actually look quite realistic to what we actually used to get issued. Alright, Pussers boots. So yeah, so that's my sort of Falklands veteran. Alright, sorry, the backpack, fix-it backpack, alright, with the radios. That looks quite good. And then with the jacket, I've got the sport zipped sweater. But to be honest, like any sort of jacket, no, that's gash. But yeah, I went with this one because I thought it looked good. It was the most realistic one. And I just threw a little scarf. Well, it's not a schmag, it's actually a scarf. I didn't want to put DPM on it, I just wanted to keep it green because I think it looks the best. And then the old Fairbanks and Sykes sort of commando dagger there. Look, I always use that bad boy because I think it looks even. If it was in black, it'd be better, but yeah. So that's my sort of Falklands outfit, alright. Now with the weapon systems then, we just go through this quick, right. Obviously I've got the SLR here, right, the FMFAL. This is a beast. I didn't put any sort of attachments on it, I've just left it bog standard because I like the sort of authenticity of that. Regarding the secondary, back then some of them might have got issued 9mm Brownings, but obviously you got no Brownings in this, but the closest you're going to get is a sort of 1911 because it looks like it, but you've only got 8 rounds in this, whereas a Browning was like 15 rounds of 9mm. Alright, so I use the M19 1911. Right, now other weapon systems you can use is the I wanted a GPMG, so I started using this bad boy here, the MG121, alright, because it actually looks like a GPMG. Now they had GPMGs back in the Falklands. I like using this on the side because it actually looks like a gas plug for the GPMG, and then like the bipod legs as well, which you would have on GPMG as well, right? So this is why I use this. And then the last one then is if you're going for like a sniper role, you want like what they used back then was the L42A1, and this is the closest thing you're gonna get to it, alright? So the FRF2. Okay, so that's the sort of That's my sort of boot neck in the 80s Falkland variant. Let me know what you think, and we'll move on to the next one. Right, so moving on to the next one then. So this is the sort of 90s Iraq sort of appearance uniform that I went for. You can see there I've gone with the same sort of rebel helmet with the elasticated scrims. I brought in some like ballistic goggles there, so they kind of got issued them during that time period. Now lads started buying cot vests around this point, so this replicates that, but they didn't get plate armors, plate carriers at this point, so they would still be using their CBAs, which they would wear underneath their sort of shirts or their jackets and stuff, right? So this was their sort of body armor. So that's why I've gone with this sort of webbing, or cot vest, so to speak. Right, I put a day sack on the back. Now, if this had side poochers on both sides, it would be spot on. But I've gone with this one because I think that gives it the best sort of approach. And Pusser's boots again, and I think I've used the same. I don't know. Let's have a look. Right, so let's have a look. So yeah, the head protection is the same, right? Rebel one. The cot vest I've used is the Fury vest. The gloves is black Pusser's issued gloves again. All right. And then the trousers is cargo pants, yeah, cargo pants. Now, the actual desert terrain sort of pattern you got there, I couldn't find a tiger stripe, like a desert tiger stripe. I don't think there's one here, to be honest, but so that's why I went with this multicam arid. Like, it would be better with a tiger stripe, but I mean that'll do. That looks quite good. The boots again, then the old navy boots, alright, Pusser's issue boots. And then if we move on, I went with black ballistic goggles, so these would be, oh, they're black already. Maybe these, no, they're a bit Chad. No, it would be ballistic ones, yeah. The backpack then, just a 3-day assault one, alright, I think, because it's quite big, I thought it was quite good. Now, you're seeing here that there's split camo, right? So you've got British DPM, and you've got the sort of desert, sort of arid. Right, now lads always used to split rig. Now this is what we call sort of like split rig. Like different sort of camo patterns. The reason for this is in certain parts of like Iraq and Afghanistan there would be like certain like green vegetation and sort of green zones, so that's why they sort of split it up, and it's apparent in what I've created here today. Right, now that's what SF lads used to do as well, right? So we all used to sort of do it. And then with the top then I've just gone with a sort of rolled up sleeve, right? Because obviously it's like mega hot in Iraq, so lads would like roll their sleeves up. So yeah, that's what I've gone with here. I was going to put a sort of face mask on, but I've just left it for this one, alright? So that's my sort of Iraq sketch. Now the weapon systems then, during that period, the main weapon system we had then was like the L86A1. Like this is actually an LSW. I've just painted it a little bit there, banged an ACOG on, I put a bipod on because you would have like bipod legs actually attached to the front rail system there, right? So that's the weapon system you used. You could have, like, I've got the 1911 there as well, but this represents the 9mm Browning again. And then other weapon systems you've got during that period were the L85. Now I haven't opened that one yet, but I'll show you exactly where it is. It's this one down here, and there's an actual reason why I didn't use it. I know that, if I can find it. There it is, right there. Right, so if we have a little look at it, I don't like the handguard on it because this is actually a Tanky's carbine handguard. So if you shorten this barrel to about here, this would be a carbine variant of it. And this handguard is the carbine variant. So I don't know who the military advisor was of this game, but that's not accurate. So I didn't really want to use that. But you could, if you wanted to, bang a little ACOG on there. I mean, you haven't got SUSATs in this, so yeah, you could bang an ACOG on there and it'll give it a nice little authentic feel. Other weapon systems you've got then are the GPMG again. Alright, so you could use the... I can't remember what it's called down here. There you go, the MG212, 121, sorry. Alright, so you could use the GPMG again. You've also got the L96, right? The L96 is, if I find the L115, it's a sniper rifle, hang on. Down there somewhere, yeah. So this is the 115A3. Now this is in a 338, so the weapon system that they had back then was a 762 variant because the L115 was a 338. So change that. Yeah, so you could use this, alright, for the sort of Iraq era, and put it in like desert cam. That looked pretty cool, right? But they did actually have the L96A1 back in those days. Alright, So this is the sort of desert rig I've gone for the sort of Iraq era. Let me know what you think. But yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Yeah, Christy. Right, we'll move on to the next one. Right, so moving on then. This is a sort of 2000 era. Like this is my sort of era, sort of Afghanistan. And straight away you can see, like obviously, like split rig again. This is for the same reason as sort of Iraq, where you would actually change it up. Some lads would wear like a DPM, British DPM Combat 95 jacket and desert trousers, or it would be the other way around, yeah. But most lads had either like a desert cot vest, or they had like a British sort of DPM cot vest, alright? They would change it all the time. You wouldn't really see a lad in Afghan with like a full rig of British DPM or like full desert rig, do you know what I mean? They would always sort of split it up and just sort of do their own thing. So this is what I've come up with today, alright? Now, with the helmet then, same sort of helmet, alright? It's the Rebel helmet. And then with the vest then, you can go with a sort of osprey. Now, an osprey is one that wraps around all the way around, like covering your sides there, look. Okay, so you would have like, there wouldn't be plates in the side. You could get plates in the side, but there wouldn't be plates in the side, right? So you could use the sort of Black Hawk stripe vest, alright? Maybe bang that on. I didn't like it because if I went British DPM, it's too much. It's too much DPM, so yeah, I went with the other one here, which is the Velsist Scarab LT, whatever it is. Alright, because that's just a nice little plate carrier on there. Alright, and then with the gloves, then we actually started getting issued the Oakley gloves. Alright, so pretty gush, they're pretty Gucci. Nice little desert sort of camo on it. Alright, same. I think it's the same trousers, just cargo pants. And I just changed them to like Combat 95 British DPMs. Now with the boots, this is where we got issued lowers. Alright, it's just like a mountain boot. Now you can either go black or brown with these. So I went brown, but I actually had a black pair as well, but I actually like the brown on this, so I stuck with the brown on these bad boys. What are they called again? Traction boots. Alright, yeah, so these are actually spot on. They're actually called lowers in real life. I've still got a pair. Alright, so that's pretty cushy. And then you can actually get a PRR headset, this one here, so unlock and complete the weapons of a revenge mission. I haven't done this yet, but you want that bad boy. But obviously I ain't got them, so yeah, I'll just bang these on. These Ops Core AMPs. Still have ballistic glasses, so just Oakley SLs, or whatever these are. Is it the same thing? Yeah, so either or, mate. Just bang them on, make sure they're black. So that's better. That's what we got issued. The backpack then, I just went with something. This is actually what I had. I actually bought my own backpack. I bought mine in Kandahar, so yeah, that's what I had. It's very similar to that. I can't remember the name of it though. And you could like put like different patches on and stuff, and like blood groups. So that's what I done with that bad boy. Shirts, it was the same again. Like you could just roll your sleeves up, and sometimes it would just be like a t-shirt. And you could just change the colour. Like you get a brown or you get like a green one. But yeah, you could rock that if you wanted. That's pretty gnarly. And then I had like little schmag on, yeah, underneath, like a tiger stripe schmag. And then obviously same again down here for these bad boys. But yeah, that was my sort of uniform that I'll be rocking in Afghan. Looking this shit. And then we'll go on to weapon systems then. Right, so we had a little upgrade on the weapon systems. Now what I've got here is like my sort of L129 representation, and that comes in the form of the Mark 17 Scout. I tried the G28, but it's too long. Like the upper TMH is just too long, so I stuck with this, the M17 Scout. I think it gives it the sort of best representation. I've got the 227 here for the secondary. Now we got issued the 6 hour 226 in Afghan, so I've actually put this in there. It's quite similar to it. Other weapon systems that we had then was the where is it? Is it the Mini-Me? I'm just trying to find the bad boy. Yeah. So the Mini-Me, so this is the Mark 48 compact. It's got 762 here, but this was a 556 variant that we had. Okay, so this is the Mini-Me. You could use this bad boy, alright. And the last one then is the L115. Okay, so the sniper rifle. Where is it? This one here. Yeah. Now what I do with this, because I love this weapon so much, go all green, right? That green, and then just change it out, right? And this is actually so close to what it looks like in real life. You can actually get a desert variant of this as well. Just do everything black, and then just leave the sort of, there you go. That's what it actually looks like pretty much in real life, right? You get a green variant and you get like a desert variant. Okay, so you can run like that, yeah. And that's my sort of Afghanistan rig that I will cut about in. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed that one, and we'll move on to the next one. Okay, so this is your sort of present day Royal Marine. Like I left just before all this got issued, which is Fredda's because it's all pretty Gucci kit. You can see like the terrain, you've got the MTP multi-terrain pattern there going on everywhere. All these sort of tops and bottoms, these are like breathable material, right? Because you can see like underneath, like on the sleeves and stuff, it's just to allow heat to sort of escape, obviously, because it's quite an arduous job. So this is what I've gone for here. I think it's a good representation. Like I've got former Marines that actually play this, like we play together, and I showed them this and they thought it was quite close to actually what's represented by Royal Marines today. So we'll quickly go through it then. Big shout out to G-Lid and Bootneck Gamer, alright. And we'll just quickly go through this. Right, so the head protection, the one I've gone with them was the Ops Core Fast helmet, alright. Same, hang on, I just spin, you can see like it's got like breathable scrim on it. For patches and stuff. This is what lads use today. With the vest then, you could use a variety of vests to be honest, but I actually like this one. I think lads would kind of cut their own if they wanted to, like British DPM. You could get away with that I suppose, but it depends how pussy their unit is. But this is what I've gone for this bad boy. I think it's quite good. Gloves then, I think yeah they still get issued the Oakley gloves. My mate's still in and he told me that they still do that. With the pants then, I think it's the Fix-It pants I've gone for here, but you can actually use these ones as well. These are good G3, Cryo G3s. You just bang that in multicam. Same sort of effect, yeah, but it depends if you want the knee pads or not. And then the boots then, you can stick with the lowers again, alright, the traction boots. Yeah, these are so good, I just love looking at them. And then the headset, so I think they actually progressed and actually started using a better headset. So I've actually banged these on because I think they're actually connected to the helmet itself. Well, there's like connection ports for them. I'm not completely sure, but yeah, that's what I've gone with them bad boys. Ballistic glasses. I would imagine you could use ballistic goggles as well, like something like that. ACH goggles. Yeah, you could get away with that. It looks pretty cool. And then the backpack then, you could pretty much bang any backpack on, but I've just gone with this because I think it's got like a modern day sort of design, so I went with that bad boy. I don't know what they're issued now. I imagine they're still getting issued those shitty little day sacks that we got, but I'm not too sure. Hopefully they've got something like that. And then the top I've gone with was the Cryo G3 combat shirt, alright. Yeah, that's what the lads actually get issued today. Bang a few patches on there. It looks good with the patches on, to be honest. I don't like them on both arms though, to be honest. Yeah, because I don't like too many Union Jacks. It's not why things are seen, yeah. And then a little face mask on there. Stealth little balaclava, because it covers the neck and everything, so that's why I like this one. And then, yeah, that's it pretty much. Okay, so weapon systems then. Now they got rid of the L85 at this point, right? So this is a sort of C8 DeMarco. It's represented by the M4A1, alright? It's a short barrel weapon, and it's spot on. You've got the ACOG on top, alright? And I've just left it pretty bland and basic because it looks perfect, yeah. So that's what lads are using these days. Right, it's actually a smart little weapon. Love it. And then they got rid of the SIGs and the 9mm Brownings, and they brought in the Glock 17, alright? So the closest thing you're going to get to a Glock in this game is the sort of C-SFP, alright? Because it looks like a Glock from the rear, yeah? So this is what I use if I'm playing like modern day ops. I use this bad boy, alright? Now other weapon systems you got is the same. You've got the L129, you could use that again, which was the, which was it? Was it the Mark 17 Scout, I believe it was? What are the types? Mark 17 Scout, yes, you can use the M129. You've also got the Mini-Me or the GPMG variant and the L115. All right, so same weapon systems that we use for like Afghanistan, bar the LSW and L85. All right, you want to be using the sort of M4, which represents the Demarco. All right, so that's the modern day bootneck. He does look pretty Gucci, to be honest. I would love to be dressed up in that apparel. Chicks would love it. So yeah, let me know what you think, and we'll move on to the last one, little bonus one. Okay, so this is the last outfit then. This is the sort of Norway Royal Marines outfit that I've come up with. You can see again then we've got a little bit of split rig going on. That's because we had sort of DPM webbing, and lads did have like DPM cot vest, like British DPM cot vest as well. Now I used the radio Bergen because it's like the biggest one. I wanted to find a bigger Bergen. I mean, you could use the what is that other Bergen? This bad boy, all right, but it's not big enough. If it was a larger version, like higher than his head, that'd be spot on. But it's not. That's what I came up with. Now with the actual camo, have I used the same helmet? I used the wrong one. Where is it? Is it the Rebel one? Yeah, right. So with the camo, like they've got a white solid, but it's not white enough. So I've used this multi-cam Alpine, alright, for like all of it pretty much. Now what you would wear in Norway, now I've done 4 Norways while I was in the Royal Marines. These are like white throwovers, so you would wear like Combat 95 bottoms underneath, and then this white cam stuff is like a throwover, very thin material, and it's just to throw over your clothes to provide camouflage, like white camouflage. You know what I mean? It provides no sort of insulation or anything. It's just purely for camouflage in Norway. So this is what I've used for that. With the gloves then, sorry, the vest is just the Velsit Scarab. Okay, I think we used that before and something else, but that just represents a little Combat 95 cot vest. With the gloves then, I've used the ski gloves again because you would get like black pusses gloves. You do actually get some proper mitts as well. You know, I suppose you could change these to British DPM because you do get mitts as well. And then with the trousers then I've just gone for the 5.11 tacticals again, right, because I like the pockets on the side, right. And then with the shoes, like they haven't got no alicos. So alicos are like ski boots, like black ski boots that Royal Marines wear, and they've got this little like extended toe bit that you can actually fit into the skis. But these steel-toed boots are probably the closest thing you're going to get to like a Royal Marine Norway outfit, because they look bold, yeah, like big and bold. So that's why I've chosen these. And then with the headset, yeah, it's pretty much the same one, the Ops Core AMP, with glasses. You would actually use goggles for this. Yeah, I haven't got any goggles, but you want these bad boys here, the Oakley SL Ballistic Halo goggles, right, and then paint them white, or actually maybe these bad boys ballistic goggles, yeah, because you would be wearing goggles because of like snow blindness and not snow blindness, like blizzard, sorry. So yeah, you want some form of goggles. With the top then I've just gone with a hoodie and just painted it. I could use that jacket again, this one maybe, and then just paint that multi-powered, yeah, like that. That's not too bad, but it's a bit tight. I wanted something a bit more loose. Yeah, I wanted something a bit more loose, and then just a nice sort of face mask, because you would have something covering your neck, obviously, because you don't want to expose any sort of skin in those elements. All right, so that's what I've gone with there, and just the same again down the bottom. Now, weapon systems again, you want to be using sort of Afghanistan and modern day era, all right, for this sort of get up. But you can use a sort of SLR if you want, because bootnecks in the 80s did actually kind of dress like this as well. Like the kit and equipment in Norway hasn't really changed much. Like the skis have been going, you use the same skis that they used in the 80s, like today. Do you know what I mean? It's fucking stupid, but never mind. So yeah, right, so that concludes sort of today's video. I hope you all enjoyed. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and if you can do a better job, let me know. All right, thanks for watching. Peace out.